So you're probably asking yourself a couple questions right now. One, why are the guys not going live on YouTube, Daily Wire, all that stuff? Well, we pre-recorded this show because we got backstage live at the Ryman tonight.
Live at the Ryman, boys.
Guess what? Rumors are swirling, boys. There may be an appearance. Or 3. We'll see. So right now, we're probably working on our craft, getting ready to put on a great show tonight. But we got a great show for you today as well on a Wednesday. We're never going to take a day off for you guys. And it's Wednesday, David, with an I.
Wednesday, because we're winning the day.
That's exactly right. That's why it's called Hump Day. Used to be called Third Day, which got moved to Thursday. And then Wednesday replaced it there.
Winning that day.
We all know that. All right, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you guys. We're going to break down our best win totals from the Atlantic Coast Conference. That's right, the ACC. We did the SEC and the Big Ten previously this week. And also, we're going to give you some futures on some NFL divisions. We got them covered like a fat kid at Waffle House. This is Crain and Company. We've heard a ton about conference realignment. You've had Oregon, Washington, USC, UCLA heading to the Big Ten. We have Texas and Oklahoma going the SEC. Hell, we got Oregon State and Washington State going, well, just their own way. But one team in one conference really isn't being talked about a lot in the conference realignment, and that's SMU. Now, I know SMU isn't the biggest brand of all time, but they could be the team that crashes the party in the ACC. And when it comes to the locks or best bets on win totals, I'm riding with Rhett Lashley and the SMU Mustangs at over 8.5 wins on the season. When you look at what they return, when you look at the schedule, when you look at the momentum, but most importantly, when you look at the sneakiness. And SMU is very, very sneaky this year. Should be better on defense. Preston Stone's coming back. Got a lot of production at the skill position in general coming back. And you're entering a conference that may have a couple elite teams, maybe just one, and you could possibly be one of them. So give me SMU over 8.5 wins, David, in the Atlantic Coast Conference as my lock, my favorite bet. So I'm at Ole Miss over 9.5 in the SEC. I'm at SMU, obviously, over 8.5 in the ACC. Then I am absolutely loving Nebraska over 7.5 there in the Big Ten. When it comes to ACC, what are you looking in your magic boiling pot? What's coming up in a bubble?
Thank you for asking. So you like SMU 9 wins then?
I like
Just
SMU 9 wins.
Okay.
9 wins. Can we pull that schedule up?
I already got
to
it
go
up.
through it.
Who are you going with?
Me?
Who are you going with? Tell me who you're going with first.
I'm going with the Clemson Tigers.
Okay.
Over. You're going Clemson over.
Yeah, I got over 8.5.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I do think this. I think, one, you bring back Cade Klubnik. Cade Klubnik has shown good things. You don't bring back a ton of production on defense, but you do have a couple pieces. Your front seven is going to be good. And it's still Clemson to me. You have a couple of young guys at receiver who are going to be freshmen. I mean, the schedule's not impossible. I do think I could see a Dabo Sweeney coach team, we have a 9-game win season.
Okay. What if it was 9 wins? Because I got it at 9 wins on here. Which, I mean, again, if you're betting the over on 8.5, that's a push.
I mean, it's a push, basically.
On 9.
Yeah.
Because if it's 8.5, I mean, I think a ton of people would take Clemson the over on
Yeah.
that. Let me read through these ACC teams like we did yesterday. Boston College, 4.5 wins. Cal, 6 wins. Clemson, 9 wins. Duke, 5.5 wins. FSU, 9.5 wins. Georgia Tech, 5 wins. No way that's right. Georgia Tech's at 5 wins. That's incredible. That must have just changed. Louisville, 8.5. Miami, 9.5. NC State, 8.5. North Carolina, 7.5. Pitt, 5.5. SMU, 8.5, as I mentioned. Stanford, 3.5. Syracuse, 7.5. Virginia, 4.5. Virginia Tech, 8.5. And then Wake Forest, 4.5.
Man, so Georgia Tech's an even 5 right now.
And when you go through the schedule, like at first, like, oh my God, like I saw that,
crazy.
And that's the first thing that jumped on the screen to me. I was like, I have to pick Georgia Tech. Then I went back and looked at the schedule. I just still feel more comfortable about SMU getting to that 9-win mark. While you've got SMU pulled up there, like, can we just go through their schedule real quick?
Yep. Let me pull it back.
Let you
Had Georgia
dial
Tech
that.
pulled up. All right, you have Nevada on the road week 1. All right, week 2 you have
Holy Cross.
Holy Cross, good luck. They have BYU at home.
Yep.
TCU at home.
Yep.
Florida State at home.
Yep.
At Louisville.
Tough.
Stanford at home.
Yep.
At Duke.
Yep.
Pittsburgh at home.
Yep.
Boston College at home.
Yep.
At Virginia.
Yep.
And Cal at home.
Man, the back half of that schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, the front half's not
Favorable.
super tough. I mean, you got Florida State at home, which is not easy. You go on the road to play Louisville. But, I mean, I could legitimately see double-digit wins for SMU. It's what they return if you know what they have coming back.
Well, the reason I wanted to ask what you were going with, because I didn't know if you might go NC State, which was then going to force me to take Louisville, because Louisville and NC State are both at 8.5 right now. That's where I saw them. That's what you read off, right? Yep. 8.5. So between those two teams, I think you have to go with NC State right now. Let me just read off the schedule for both of the schools, and you guys tell me. So this is NC State this year. Western Carolina.
Win.
Then you're going to get Tennessee, but remember that's a neutral site, and
Charlotte,
it's going to be
right?
in Charlotte, all right? Louisiana Tech. You have to play Clemson on the road. All right, but then after that, Northern Illinois, home. Wake Forest, home. Syracuse, home. At Cal. Stanford, home. Duke, home. At Georgia Tech, and at North Carolina.
You could legitimately end going 8-0 with that schedule.
So I really like that right now for NC State, over 8.5. They've been ranked in the preseason right around 23, 24, 25, something like that in most of the polls.
I don't hate that.
Louisville's also 8.5. But here's where their schedule's tougher to me now. They get to dodge Florida State.
But they get
these
Notre
guys
Dame,
to
right?
Dodge Florida State, but they have Notre Dame and they have them on the road. So Austin Peay, Jacksonville State, Georgia Tech. All right, all those are at home. Notre Dame on the road. Like we said, SMU at home, at Virginia, Miami, but they get them at home, at Boston College, at Clemson, at Stanford, Pitt at home, and then they finish the year with the in-state rivalry with Kentucky, but that's on the road in Lexington.
So you get Kentucky, you get Clemson, you get Miami, and you get Notre Dame.
And 3 of the 4 are on the road.
Neither one of those schedules are a walk amongst the tulip. I want to make sure and give credit to Louisville for scheduling Notre Dame, and then obviously NC State for scheduling Tennessee. I mean, that takes a lot of gumption. Man, where are you leaning on that one? To me, I would lean probably more toward NC State.
I'm taking NC State on the over 8.5.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I know more. I trust Grayson McCall more if he can.
Can we go over Georgia Tech's schedule real quick? I know you brought that up. I was so close to picking them, but I've been a hard line on SMU, and again, the more I look at that schedule, the one we just read out, the more I like it.
All right, FSU obviously in Ireland.
Yep. Let's just say you lose that one.
All
Let's
right.
just say you lose that one.
Georgia State at home week 2
Win.
at Syracuse.
Very
Yep.
winnable.
VMI at home
Win.
at Louisville.
Loss.
Duke at home.
Win.
At UNC, Notre Dame at home. At Virginia Tech, Miami at home. NC State at home. At Georgia.
That's
Jesus, the
tough
back half
stretch.
of that schedule.
the end
God
of that
almighty.
schedule's tough,
See, that's
man.
why when I saw those last 5 games, that's why. Now, I still like Georgia Tech on the over. I still, if I had to bet Georgia Tech, I would take them over 5 wins, including having a pretty decent shot to beat Florida State week 1 over in Ireland. I just feel so much better about
That's
SMU.
a
being
tough
tonight.
stretch,
That is
man.
tough. That second half. I mean, if you look at the last 5 of Georgia Tech's schedule, then the last 5 of Florida's schedule.
Yeah, Florida's is Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, and Florida
It was
State.
them.
God.
I think it was them.
God.
Michigan State had a stretch. That's just terrible.
Say Florida's again.
Florida's is
Yeah.
Georgia neutral site, at Texas, LSU home, Ole Miss home, at Florida State.
Oh,
Michigan State.
Oh.
Michigan State's Ohio State at home, at Oregon, at Iowa, at Michigan.
That's a tough 4-gamer too.
golly, I do not envy the back half. You better make hay while it's good.
Make hay while you can. That's a
Make
good
hay
way to
while
put
you
it.
can. You
The
better.
interesting thing is there are no double-digit projections right now for the ACC.
If you had to pick one team to win double-digit games, is it Miami?
I'm going to take Miami again. We're
I
going to get
agree
into
with that.
all this next week. We're going to get into all this next week, and they've never won the ACC. And hey, Mario Cristobal's the biggest loser coach of all time because he can't take a knee. I understand what all the narratives are, but man, it's time. It's time if you're Miami.
It's the roster. Look at their roster.
Yeah.
Their roster is extremely good.
But if there are no ACC double-digit win projections right now, and again, these are just projections, then you're only getting the champ in,
You're only
right?
getting the champ in, and I think that is with or without Notre Dame getting in.
Gotcha.
Like if you're a champion has 9 wins, and you're in the ACC or the Big 12, you're getting one team in.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting one team in, and that team automatically gets in. That's probably what the group of 5. Somebody's hoping like hell in the group of 5 to finish 11-1. Maybe if 2 group of 5s finish 11-1, let's say, I don't know, Memphis goes 11-1. Let's say Boise State goes 11-1, and Memphis loses to Florida State, and Boise loses to Oregon. That's the only scenario where I think maybe 2 Group of 5 teams with 1 loss could possibly get in. If Notre Dame doesn't make it, and the winner of either or both the Big 12 or the ACC, the champion, has 10 wins because they won the conference championship game, but 9 going into the
I'll tell you another reason why it's Miami for me. Remember, Miami and Clemson don't play in the regular season. Hold on one second. I just want to double check something. Miami and Clemson don't play in the regular season. Meanwhile, Florida State has to play both of them and Notre Dame on the road. And remember, Memphis in the non-conference and Florida.
No,
and you're at SMU, too.
Yeah.
We're trying to walk in the park.
For sure, without a doubt. Speaking about it's time, if it's time for you to start betting on sports, and if you live in a state where it's legal to bet on sports, which it should be legal in all states, and if you live in a state that has a lottery, but you can't bet on sports, please write to your political member that's in your district. That makes about as much sense as me watching political news shows. So if you're going to bet on sports, and it's funny, this is a great segue. BetOnline.ag not only gives you a chance to bet on sports, you can bet on political stuff too. So maybe if you are watching political news and you want to bet on it, hell, BetOnline.ag has it over there as well. If you're a diehard sports fan, they make sports betting more accessible and convenient than ever before. I'm always talking about how easy the website is to navigate, how quick and versatile you can get payments out and payment methods out. You never have a problem with that. It's unbelievably easy. So whether you're watching your favorite team or the news on upcoming elections or whatever, why not spice things up with a friendly wager at betonline.ag? Head over there to place your bets today. And when you use promo code BOOSTER, that's BOOSTER, you get a 50% sign-up bonus of up to $250. That's betonline.ag. Use promo code BOOSTER today. BetOnline, where the options are endless. And so here's the fun. We want to know. We're obviously not live today. We're going to be at the backstage at the Ryman tonight, maybe making our first official appearance there. I don't know. The rumors are swirling. It's like a Twister movie. They're just swirling in a circle. We want to know in the chat, though, who are you guys picking as your lock for the ACC? Overrated? Underrated? Maybe higher win totals? Lower win totals? We want to know. We'll be back live on Thursday. But, David, college football is not the only football that is amongst us.
We have NFL, and I think it's time to give the people some predictions. So we have predictions for AFC East, NFC East, AFC North, and NFC North. Where shall we start?
Ooh, let's start.
Say we sail east in the AFC.
Go NFC East?
So to sail east in the AFC.
People starting to East.
I like it.
All right, Blaine, what does your NFC East look like?
Or do you want to go each one by one, or you just want me to throw bottom to top, top to bottom? You want 1 to 4, 4 to 5?
Give me your win. What do you want to go, David? You want to go winner then down?
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, this division came down to the final game a year ago.
Oh, it's going to get...
Bills and Dolphins were both 11-6.
Look, I'm drinking all the Kool-Aid. I'm taking the Jets.
Yeah?
I'm taking A-Rod.
The Jets to win the AFC East, huh?
So you're taking Aaron Rodgers over 4.5 snaps on the season this year.
I am.
God, I hope.
God, I hope so. I think it's time. And not even Aaron Rodgers, but look at what they add receiver-wise. Brees Hall was one of the best running backs in the NFL last year as a rookie.
Stay healthy.
And that defense is still together and really good, and they're only getting older. Sauce Gardner, already one of the best in the league. Then the second one, I'm going Dolphins. I like what they added on defense. If you look on the Dolphins, that's where their bugaboo was when it came to making it where they needed to get. They lost the 2 last regular season games and then ended up losing to the Chiefs. Tyreek Hill, Waddle, Mostert. You got the guys on offense. Your defense has to show up. Then I'm going with the Bills. I just don't know about the Bills. You get rid of Stephon Diggs. I know about Josh Allen. They seem to make the mistakes late that you don't need to. So I don't know how much of a trust factor is there. Not much for me. And then I don't know if the Patriots will win again.
Yeah, well, that just sucks because that's exactly the way I have the AFC.
Wait, is that how you have it too?
That's exactly
So you both have the Jets winning.
I have the Jets winning it. I have the Dolphins coming in second, the Bills coming in third, and the Patriots coming in fourth. When it comes to the Bills, I know that sometimes guys can be cancers in locker rooms. I was not in the Bills locker room. I'm just looking around at Buffalo, and I don't know how losing Stephon Diggs is going to make y'all better.
Gabe Davis.
I don't know how it's going to make y'all better. Right? I look at Josh Allen. I look at the turnovers, how they've increased ever since Daboll took the job with the Giants. I think the Bills will be good. I just don't think they're going to be great, and I think this division has a chance to be really, really good. And when I look at the way the Jets in the regular season, you get the Dolphins at home, Week 18, right? You go to Buffalo, Week 17. You get the Rams at home, at the Jags. You go to Miami, Week 14. Then you get the Seahawks, Week 13. I don't hate that last 6-game stretch there. I think Aaron Rodgers stays healthy. I think the Jets have a chance to be Super Bowl contenders. I really do.
I do think when it comes to the Bills, obviously, we all know who Keon Coleman is. He's going to be a great player.
Yeah,
but how much trust can you put into that guy right now? You know, because Bills, like, we've been waiting for the Bills to reach the mountaintop. Right? So is Keon Coleman going to be the answer? I think maybe soon, but I don't think right now.
Yep.
I agree with that.
All right, so bring mine up. I have the Bills and the Jets both going 11-6 right now.
Okay.
I have the Dolphins at 9-8, and then the Patriots at 4-13.
You don't believe
Who's
in the
your
Dolphins
four?
defense?
I just it's not even so much about the defense to me. It's just late in the season when the weather starts to turn and Miami has to go on the road to play quarterbacks like Josh Allen in Buffalo and Aaron Rodgers in New York if he stays healthy. I believe in the Dolphins less and less as the season goes on, even when they put up 70 points in Miami in September and October. And I hope that I'm wrong because I'm a big Tua fan, Mike McDonald fan. I like the Dolphins a lot. But right now I have 11-6 for both the Bills and the Jets, and right now the Bills would win the tiebreaker with 4 division wins over the Jets with 3.
Okay.
So you got the Bills. You've got the Bills winning it.
Yep.
Okay.
In a
You got the Pats
tiebreaker.
Who do you have the Pats beating?
Who do I have them beating? This one, Jake and I were talking about this for a half hour before the show today. Right now, I have the Pats beating. I'm giving them Seattle at home. At home. All right? I'm giving them Jacksonville at home. Okay?
Okay, I feel like that's one like, okay.
I have them beating the Jets at home, and that's what ended up being the tiebreaker. Because the Pats, to me, aren't going 0-6 in the division. They're going to beat some teams, right? It's still the NFL at the end of the day. I have them beating the Colts at home for 4 wins.
The Patriots may win 2 games.
I don't think the Patriots are going to beat the Jets.
I think the Patriots.
You really have them winning 2 games?
Your best chance is the Colts at home. We'll see about the Rams, but I still think they're going to be a problem. Jacksonville at home, I agree with you that. You're just being nice about Seattle.
I am being nice. And right now, the over-under win projection is 4.5.
Correct.
And even I'm being, if I have it under right now at 4-13, look, maybe we'll all be wrong.
Rams, I mean, like, it's almost Rams.
Like, the Rams are going to be good to me.
Titans on the road.
Like, the Rams are going to be a good football team.
They got Puka Nacua, and you see Whittington, the wide receiver from Texas, play the other day. He looks damn good, too. Remember, Puka Nacua came on the scene last year in the preseason and then took over. All right, let's go from AFC East to NFC East, boys. Another, what should be an unbelievably interesting division. It's always interesting when you have the Eagles and Cowboys. I'm going to take the Eagles to win the division. I'm going to go Eagles, Cowboys, Redskins, Giants. I think Jaden Daniels is that good. I think Jaden Daniels ends up winning Rookie of the Year, being the quarterback out there in Washington. I think they finished 3rd in that division, and the Giants finished last in the NFC.
Okay, so what do you have right now?
I have the exact same.
You have the
You're the
Eagles
same?
winning?
We have both
I
have
have
the same.
the Eagles winning it, Cowboys finishing 2nd, Redskins, the difference, Jaden Daniels, obviously better than the Giants being last.
Man, I have the Cowboys, and they're the only team that I have right now listed to win 12 games. I have them at 12-5, and you guys know I'm no Cowboys fan. I'm no Cowboys homer, but that's the way that I have the schedule right now. Eagles at 9-8. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I always wish the best for our boy Brandon Graham up there. Giants at 6-11. This is what we were talking about yesterday. I don't know how bad it has to be for them to move off of Brian Daboll. I'm hoping that's not the case because I still think he's a heck of a football coach. He's the right hire once he gets that piece figured out at quarterback. Then Redskins right now 5-12. 5-12. Again, even if Jaden Daniels comes in, wins Rookie of the Year, are you thinking like he could have like a C.J. Stroud type of moment, getting paired up with Dan Quinn?
I don't think they'll win as many. I don't think they have a chance to win that many games. I'm worried a little bit about their offensive line, and we'll see on the defense with some of the moves they made. What I like about the Redskins so much is the schedule overall with a young quarterback. Right, at the Bucs, first game, that's going to be tough. But then you get the Giants at home. You go to the Bengals. But then you get the Cardinals on the road, the Browns at home, to the Ravens. You get the Panthers at home. This is the stretch. The Panthers at home, the Bears at home, at the Giants, Steelers at home. Then you got to play Philly and Dallas. But then you get the Titans at home. Then you get New Orleans. Then the Eagles, the Falcons, and you end at Dallas.
None of it's
I
gimmies.
don't know.
No, I mean, there's not a gimme on this sheet.
And I'm
there are
giving them a win.
stretches.
I'm giving them a win against the Cowboys at home.
I trust, like, to be honest with you, I already trust Jaden Daniels more than
Daniel Jones. I'm telling you, like that game. First off,
that's fair. And Dan Quinn's proven what he can do early in a career.
For sure.
I mean, he led the Falcons to the Super Bowl in year 2? My question is, like, you talk about what Sam Howell did with Washington all the time. Like, Sam Howell played good football.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
guys, I can see 9 wins on here, though.
I mean, I feel like to be honest, we're splitting hairs between the Redskins and the Giants.
yeah, well, so if the Redskins beat the Giants at home, they win at the Cardinals, which I think is doable. Then you look at the home games, you beat the Browns at home, you beat the Panthers at home, you beat the Bears at home.
Beating
Go
the
play the
Browns
Giants
is going to
on
be
the road.
tough, man.
Like, you get the Steelers at home, you get Tennessee at home, then you get the Falcons at home. Like, I mean, I think they could get to 8 wins with this schedule.
I mean, we
think
can
it's
go through the
possible.
Giants schedule too, and I mean, we could find 3 wins that we could question. I mean, Minnesota, week what? We'll see. Sam Darnold at Washington, at Cleveland, Dallas, at Seattle, Cincy at home, Philly at home, at Pitt.
Giants better win that first game.
Well, last year the Giants went 6-11
With Saquon Barkley,
With Saquon
who's no
Barkley, and
longer
your
there.
best football player's not there
gone.
anymore. I get that. I get that. But Daniel Jones was injured a lot too, which you may say.
Tyrod Taylor's better than Daniel Jones.
Well, yeah, okay. So we can have that conversation. But then Washington was 4-13 a season ago, and that was with Sam Howell played well.
It was the reason Washington was so bad is because defensively they were the worst rushing defense in the league. I'm pretty sure they're second in the pass.
But either way, you guys aren't worried at all about any of this, the problems between Jalen Hurts and,
No, I think once the ball
coaching
snapped,
staff there,
Yeah,
like the
I'm
way
not.
it fell apart last year.
No, I'm not as worried about it. Well, I mean, again, if it happens 2 years in a row with Sirianni, then we're talking about a pattern. Like, then we're talking about something. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, I'm going to take Cowboys in that division. What do we have next?
Let's go.
Are we going to go AFC North or NFC North?
Let's go AFC North. Let's go
Okay.
Ravens.
That was the best division in
insane.
football a year ago. Every team in that division had a winning record a year ago.
All right, what do you got? How do you got?
All right, so this right now for the AFC North, I have Ravens at 11-6, which at BetOnline, I just want to check something really fast because a couple different books had different lines for Baltimore, but at BetOnline, it's 10.5. Some have the Ravens up at 11.5, but at 10.5, I really like the over. So I have Ravens 11-6 right now, Bengals 11-6, Browns 9-8, and Steelers 9-8. The Steelers figure out a way to have a winning record like at 9-8 every single
Mike
year.
Tomlin.
It doesn't matter if it's Russell Wilson. It doesn't matter
Mike
if
Tomlin
Justin
made the
Fields.
playoffs
Last
with
year.
9 players.
He's going to be 9-8, and so I have every team in that division finishing with a winning record a second straight year.
Yeah.
Well, David, you know that's funny. If let's say you wanted to go watch Mike Tomlin
yeah.
coach a game, you've never been to the Steelers game, right? Or maybe you go to the Steelers game every week and you're looking to find tickets to go back this
I'd like
weekend.
that.
Guess what? One of our sponsors has you covered, like a warm blanket in the wintertime, and that sponsor is Game Time, because we know there are very few things better in life than being at a live sporting event. I mean, hell, most of my best memories are at sporting events. Not only that, concerts, all type of stuff. Game Time has you covered. It's a fast and easy way to buy tickets online. Like here in Nashville, we got a little bit of everything around us. We got Titans games, we got Preds games, we got concerts, all type of stuff. And with Game Time, we can get tickets up to an hour before the event. Also, one of the best perks of their app, which you need to download, I'm going to give you that info in a minute, is being able to see what the view from your seat will look like ahead of time. And with Zone Deals, you pick the section, Game Time picks the seats for big time savings. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Here's how it works. You just go to your app store. You download the Game Time app. You create an account. It's very easy. Then you use code BOOSTER, BOOSTER, for $20 off your first purchase. Again, download the app from the App Store. It's the Game Time app. Make an account. Redeem it with code BOOSTER, BOOSTER, for $20 off. Game Time. Last minute tickets. Lowest price. Great time. Guaranteed. Terms apply. With Game Time, they get you in the game all the time. All right, David. You just dropped yours?
Yep. Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers.
Okay. Here's where I'm at with it. This one to me, there's just no way I'm not picking a combination of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. I just can't not pick them to not win the division. I've got the Ravens, then I've got the Browns finishing second. I think Deshaun gets a little bit more back into form. I don't know if he's ever going to be old Deshaun Watson, but I look at that roster and I just love what the Browns have around him. I love what they have overall balance as a
I don't
team.
think you're crazy.
Then I got the Bengals finishing right behind the Browns and the Steelers finishing last. And I still think Justin Fields is going to do some decent things at quarterback. He's got to be able to get a damn snap from under center. I know some people will be like, oh my God, Joe Burrow, how can you put the Browns above
You're
the
not
Bengals?
wrong.
I think the Browns got a better team when I look at it. I mean, I really do.
Well, I think just because, can Joe Burrow play a full season?
Yeah.
He's played, 10 games twice? plus in his career.
And I mean, look at Cincinnati's schedule.
I know,
dude.
but I do think Joe. I mean, the kid dyed his hair blonde, so automatically it's going to be a problem. You added another great piece up front on the offensive line. Your defense is good. Your secondary is not bad. I think obviously I have the Ravens winning it. You added Derrick Henry if you're already to a stout defense. You have a young receiver. You're only getting better. Mark Andrews got hurt for most of last year, and he's going to be back and fully healthy. I do think the Bengals can give the Ravens a run for their money. I don't just trust Deshaun Watson enough right now.
So what's your order right now?
No, it's the same as you.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's Ravens, then it's Bengals, Browns, Steelers.
Because literally with both of these divisions, NFC North and AFC North, someone has to finish last.
Yeah,
and that
that's the
team,
problem.
both those divisions could still have a winning record and be better than the winner of the NFC South.
Yeah, so like when you look at the Bengals, when you get in the nitty-gritty on the schedule, obviously you play your division opponents. But look who their road games are when it's cross-divisional. At the Chiefs, all right? At the Panthers, caught a break there. At the Giants, kind of caught a break there. At the Ravens, they're in your division. At the Chargers, at the Cowboys, at the Titans, which is not an easy place to play. So you kind of get half and half right there, but just having to play at the Chiefs and then at the Cowboys, I mean, damn, that's tough.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to come down to whether Joe Burrow can stay healthy.
So what about the NFC North, which this could be the best division in football this year?
Well, I'll start with mine. I'm going Lions, obviously. Packers finished second in the division. Bears to finish third. And the Vikings last. For a couple reasons with the Vikings. Not that I hate J.J. McCarthy, but he's a rookie. Now he's hurt. He's having to get surgery on his meniscus, which we found out yesterday. I don't think Sam Darnold can make it 4 weeks playing in the NFL. He always gets hurt within every 3 weeks. So then we're going to go back to what? It's going to turn the Josh Dobbs experiment again? You should go get somebody. It's going to be me back there. Nathan Peterman going to play his 73rd year in the NFL? I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I love the Lions. Detroit speaks for itself. It's what Dan Campbell and them are doing. They're bringing the band back together, and they're signed now. They've added some other pieces. I think the defense is going to be better. But when I look at the Packers, even just watching a little bit of Jordan Love I saw the other day, it looks like they're right on schedule. Stuff makes sense to them. They really haven't missed a beat. You know, I think there's a chance the Bears could have a winning record and finish third in that division.
Yeah. No,
I really believe that. Because the Bears,
I have.
I mean, I think the Bears are a lot better than the Vikings are, just as a team overall.
So what do you have right now then?
I have the same.
As him?
Yep.
Okay.
So me and you got the same in 3 out of 4.
Yeah, so I mean, it's Lions, Packers, Bears,
Vikings.
Okay. So I'm going to start from 4 here. Yes, on the Vikings. Now, keep in mind, they went 7-10 a season ago dealing with those same sort of stuff. Josh Dobbs is coming in not knowing the offensive linemen's names and winning football.
And balled out.
Which is how, I mean, Kevin O'Connell can just flat out coach football. So, look, 7-10 a season ago, I think that they could go, let's see, what do I have right now? I have Vikings at 7-10 and finishing 4th.
It feels like they're 7-10, 6-11.
Which, again, they're a healthy J.J. McCarthy away, him figuring it out from, really being really good in this division. But Bears right now, I have finishing 3rd and having a 9-8 record, which they went 7-10 a season ago. I think with all the pieces they added, plus Caleb Williams at quarterback, that's worth at least 2 wins.
Yeah.
So I have 9-8 right now. Now here's where it gets interesting because I have the Lions and the Packers both at 11-6. And I thought that I had the Lions winning the division because they split. When you really look at the tiebreakers and you go to the divisional record, I have the Packers going 4-2 in the division and the Lions going 3-3. So technically the Packers would win the tiebreak in that scenario, even though they both have an 11-6 record and split in the regular season. So Packers over the Lions right now for me in the NFC North, which I didn't think that's what I was going to have, but I'm just going down the grid and checking the wins.
I got you. I got the Packers at 9-8.
Packers at 9-8. So sophomore slump for Jordan Love?
That's what I believe.
And still a winning record. So they make the playoffs at 9-8? That's what they did a season ago.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
They went 9-8 a season ago and were, a field goal from the NFC championship or from the Super Bowl?
You know, when it comes to picking Super Bowl winners and stuff like that, I know we're not going to release those yet today, but I'm going to tell y'all, it's going to be very, 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 very hard for me not to pick the San Francisco 49ers.
Dude, this is until someone...
I know.
Until someone beats
I know.
I'm not picking against them.
I get it.
They got better without Tyreek Hill.
I get it. But they are getting older. Chris Jones is getting older. Travis Kelce's getting older, and now he's dipping into the pop world, right? Maybe a little bit distracted, a little bit distracty. We'll see. Who knows? But we're going to let you guys know. We also want to know, who are you guys picking to win each division? Let us know in the comments. Remember, we are not live today because we're going to be backstage live at the Ryman tonight. We are back live tomorrow, getting you ready for prediction week, which is a huge week here at Crain & Company. It's next week. Going to start on Monday. Going to start with the SEC. What teams finish the world record? Who wins the league? Who makes the playoff? All that stuff. Going to go all the way through the power conferences, give you our playoff and our national champion. We are that close, folks. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you watch Backstage Live at the Ryman tonight, and we will see you live tomorrow. I saw you make that, so I will give you your credit.
Cash money.
See, now I got to make it. Now I got to make it now.
Go, boy.
Now I got to see you did this.
Don't stand up.
I'm not standing up. I'll stand up for what I believe in.
Okay.
Go ahead, David.
You ready?
Yeah. All right, David just broke the studio. How does that bounce right? Whatever. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch y'all live tomorrow.
Sorry, I broke your Black Panther party.
Republicans are Nazis. You cannot separate yourselves from the bad white people.
Growing up, I never thought much about race. It never really seemed to matter that much, at least not to me.
Am I racist?
I would really appreciate it if you left.
I'm trying to learn. I'm on this journey.
If I'm going to sort this out, I need to go deeper undercover.
They gon' say I'm racist.
Joining us now is Matt, certified DEI expert.
Here's my certification. And what you're doing is you're stretching out of your whiteness. This is more for you and less for you.
Is America inherently racist?
The word inherent is challenging
I
there.
want to rename the George Washington Monument to the George Floyd Monument.
America is racist to its bones.
So inherently.
Yeah.
This country is a piece of shit.
White.
Folks.
White.
Trash. White supremacy. White woman. White boy.
Is there a black person around here? There's a black person right here. Does he not exist?
Hi, Robin.
Hi. What's your name?
I'm Matt.
I just had to ask who you are because you have to be careful.
Never be too careful.
They gon' say you racist.
In theaters September 13th, rated PG-13.